Hi, I'm Denise, and this is News to Me. It came as no surprise recently when the government said lack of internet access was preventing many students across Jamaica from accessing online classes. It's a well known fact that there are many areas of the country that don't have the access to simple things like the internet as people who live in the corporate area. Up to May 5th, 31,000 students didn't check into online classes or weren't able to access any of the online educational content. Of course, this revelation has forced the government to concede what many of us already know, and that there are stark disparities across the social strata of this country. And so now the government is saying that after this crisis is over, they want to improve broadband access. Well, how long Jamaicans have been complaining about not just extremely poor service, but more so the lack of access to basic utilities, especially in rural areas. How long have we been talking about these issues? Water, electricity, proper roads, reliable public transportation, things that many of us take for granted. Yet there are Jamaicans among us who don't have access to these simple things. So now that we're in the middle of a pandemic, all the shortcomings are show up. So the fact is that rural Jamaica continues to be slighted in every way, and nowhere is this more evident than the lack of access to affordable, reliable internet beyond the toll road. Teachers have been the real heroes in this crisis, coming up with many creative ways to reach their students, whether through WhatsApp groups or texting, or even using their own money to hand deliver schoolwork to students' homes. And then there is the cost of credit. Parents who may have lost their jobs or have had their income significantly reduced are having to buy credit to access data to access the online classes. Half of these students are on the PATH program. The same parents who can barely afford 3 meals a day, and them on expect to use the little money to buy credit, to put on data, to keep Zoom and WhatsApp class all day. Why some teachers must take bike taxi to deliver homework, and we have two big telecommunication companies operating in the country for almost 20 years. It is time to fix this. One of the first things that Andrew Holness and his administration need to do after this pandemic is to demand better from the utility companies. Flow and Digicel need to expand their coverage in rural areas and commit to minimum guaranteed standards in providing reliable internet access. This has to be a priority. The COVID 19 outbreak has shown up some glaring inefficiencies. There are so many processes in our institutions, both public and private, that can move online. Even the Prime Minister is talking about digitizing banking services. But before we can do this, we have to fix internet access for all Jamaicans, wherever in the country they live. We can't talk about mobile banking, much less online class, when some people still have to go in a corner of the house or go up a rooftop to get a WhatsApp call. Listen, the government has, for more than 2 decades, subsidized an entire bus system for people in the Kingston metropolitan region and left people in the countryside to juggle with robot taxis to get to and from work and school. And this has been happening from government to government, from JLP to PNP, from PNP to JLP. So, if the Jamaican government needs to subsidize internet access for some sections of the society, then that is exactly what should happen. We need to recognize access to the internet as a basic right. And when it is a basic right, then everyone should have the access that they need. Whichever part of Jamaica you come from, you deserve the same access as everybody else. This crisis is giving us the perfect opportunity to level the playing field. It's an opportunity to work purposely towards equity. Equity between the haves and the have-nots, equity between town and country, and equity between the uptowns and the downtowns of Jamaica. Me not lie, enough things this government do good, and enough things we can still do better. So I am hoping that the Andrew Holness led administration will seize this opportunity for meaningful change.